What up? Let's see if we get anybody tonight. Oh. Won't bother me if we don't. Been a long day. Oh, here comes somebody. Here comes three somebodies. Five somebodies. Howdy, folks. JJ was first. See, hell, I thought you was going to go to bed early. Bobby, howdy. Mitch, howdy. Scott. 250 miles, man. I appreciate you giving me enough credit to do that much. I did the 50 miles part. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Somebody sent me a link while I was eating my dinner. Being my inverter decided not to work tonight, so my microwave was not working. So I have bologna sandwiches. Why you should always carry standby food, folks. Oh, hold on. There's my bedtime meds. Yeah, well, not really. Railroader, what up? I know you did all that legally, Scott. I don't know about no 800 miles either, but I did at least 50. Anyway, somebody sent me a link. I shared it over there on my Facebook for Simple Living Facebook page. I know y'all find this hard to believe, but the ELDs, they did not cut down on accidents. The driver compliance of hours of service is up. And they said that you'll find this hard to believe too. Some drivers are taking more chances and driving a little more aggressive. They said risky. Of course, all that they was putting on the small companies. Said all you big companies, you ain't got enough. You was already speeding and you too scared to break your ELD rules. Or something like that. Blue, what's up? No, actually the accident rate did not go up. They said it went up during the soft enforcement. When they first did it, it went up. But once they started doing the hard enforcement, it dropped back down. So there's really not a change in it overall for the first year. So, and they also made note that they did not try to determine who was at fault on accidents or none of that. It was just a matter of how many truck accidents there were. So, Well, sure they did, JJ. Because all the truck drivers are liars and cheaters, and they're lying on their logbooks and running like crazy and just going mad. And all the accidents were caused because drivers were tired. So yeah, they honestly thought that would work. Not. I still think they just really wanted a way to control us. And they got it. Thank you, Bobby. Venom. Seems like I've seen somebody a lot like you earlier. That's what I've been saying all along, Scott. These companies that's having their drivers use personal conveyance to get from the shipper or receiver to a safe haven because they're out of hours. It's the wrong way of using personal conveyance. The companies are wrong. I will not do it. When I get in that bind, and I know I will, I'm not using personal conveyance. I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go on duty and I'm going to make a note and I'm going to say who the shipper was, how long I was there, and the company had no advice for me what to do, and I had to leave. They was forcing me to leave. And I'm going to just drive, you know. Yeah, I'll be in violation. Y'all need to address this nonsense. Y'all meaning the companies and DOT. I tried questioning our company all the way up to the general manager, and everybody trying to push it off on someone else and saying, we just don't know what to do, Joe. I told her point blank, well, you need to come up with a company policy or something telling us what to do. They don't want to do it. If they tell you go ahead and run over there to a safe haven, that makes them responsible. If they just try to close their eyes and act like it don't happen, they think that's going to put it on the driver. One thing I learned in the military, I did barracks duty for 2 years in the Marine Corps, and I was a correctional officer for 4 years or something. And one thing I learned, if it ain't in writing, it didn't happen. And I also learned that documentation is your best friend. That's why I keep telling all y'all to document stuff. If I have to run illegal, in violation, it will be documented. It'll be documented on there, and I'll be sending out text messages to folks. And I don't expect to get an answer from any of them. Now, with a company telling you to run PC, personal conveyance, that's leaving them free. I'll bet you it is not in writing when they tell you to do it. I bet you they don't put it in writing. Exactly, Mitch. What I mean? Oh, Venom, I was teasing you about coming in earlier. Well, it ain't the trucking industry. They want control of the people. Rusty, what's up? Well, invited you over, boy. Are you new to the channel and live streams and all that? Your name's not familiar to me. Yeah. You're exactly right, Mitch. I was in a traffic jam today. Big truck hit the shoulder. I don't know if it was doing a 30-minute break or what. And that's why they're saying drivers are taking more risk, because they're trying to make up for that lost time. I knew ELDs would make it more dangerous out here, but well, now, did he drive off duty or did he drive personal conveyance? See, my understanding of personal conveyance, you leave this spot, and not with a loaded trailer, and you go shopping, laundry, whatever, and you come back to the place that you started at. Now, that's how it's supposed to work. Been like that for years. I haven't heard of them changing it. Personal conveyance is not driving from the receiver to a safe haven. That's not personal conveyance. Because you're getting paid for them miles. You should be on duty. You're doing your job. There's nothing personal about it. And like I said, whenever they try to tell me to do it, I ain't gonna do it. We can go ahead and butt heads. I don't give a damn. I ain't done it. Well, I just told you, Cliff. Didn't know you had asked. Well, major politicians ain't got a damn clue. It's just another way that the American Trucker Association and a few others got up there, and they had the money to pad the pockets. And American Trucker Association is not the truck driver's friend. They're a friend of the truck stops and the big companies, or the companies. They're not there for the drivers. Joshua, howdy. Well, exactly, Scott. So if you're going deadhead from the shipper to a safe haven, you're advancing that truck. Even if it's empty, you're advancing that truck. You're not doing your personal stuff. And like I said, my understanding, you're supposed to come back to the original spot. And I didn't think you were supposed to have a trailer either. That one I could be wrong on. Hell, I could be wrong on all of it. Well, see, Cliff, of course they're telling you to do it because they get more miles out of you. But guess what? When they come in and audit the logs and stuff for that company, you're the one that's got your ass on the line, not the company, because the company go, oh, we didn't know he was doing that. I bet you they didn't tell you to do it in writing. Who? What's up? Yep, you're right. Well, now, if you're in the bad weather, there is a thing on your ELDs. Most drivers didn't do it with paper logs, but you do have an inclement weather status on there. That's for accidents, bad road construction, bad weather. So that's a whole different ball game. You can go on the inclement weather and you can get to where you need to be. I hear you, Mitch. And I guarantee you, these ELDs ain't going nowhere. Now that they got them in, they ain't going nowhere. And once again, they're looking at the wrong source to solve the problem. Their problem is not truck drivers. Their problem is the shippers and receivers. If they would address that problem, then they could fix the problem. That's what I told that pencil neck geek last week when I went off. I hadn't went off like that in a long time. I mean years. Several years. Been there, Cliff. They don't tell me to run or else. I've got all kinds of else. I don't think it'd be too hard for me to get a job. Eula, what's up? Trash hauler, time you went to work, ain't it? I don't do threats well. I'm not intimidated by threats. Threats just make me mad. People trying to intimidate me, that just makes me mad. Remember we was talking about them buttons? Those are a couple of them buttons. Go ahead and push the intimidation button on me. See what happens. It ain't pretty, I can tell you that. And don't threaten me with my job. Because I'll be on the phone finding another job. And as soon as I find it, you can go to that company and pick your truck up. And yes, I've done that before. Went to another company. I said, what truck do I get? I parked it beside this one and I unloaded my stuff. And companies love that. The one where you left it at. Where can I park this thing? So and so. And then I'll tell them to come get it. They'll send somebody sooner or later. They don't like that at all. And they can't get you for abandoning an unsafe place. Back in my day, I was a little bit hard to get along with. Man, I can relate to that, Trash. My neck's popping. A few years ago, they went in and operated on it, went in through the front. Yeah. They replaced one vertebrae. They put a steel rod in there and a cadaver bone. How you like that thought, a cadaver bone in your body? But I had two of them that was wearing out, but the insurance only wanted to pay to replace one. So now here I am, I don't know, 7 years later. I don't have that good insurance, and they had good insurance. And now the second one's going, and every once in a while my neck just pop, pop, pop. Yeah, if it didn't get so cold up there, Mitch, I'd come up there and drive. But I think you're on the East Coast, ain't you? You're over there where all them crazy people are, them liberals. If I did it, I'd have to be in the Midwest. Exactly, who? Frank and Papa? Uh-huh. I like my automatic now. Now, it was kind of nice here a week or so back, be grabbing a few gears. And I hadn't done that in a few years, so it was nice to just to see I still had it. I didn't even lose it for a minute. Well, that's what I thought, Holler. I'm like, really? It can't be too much more expensive to replace two of them damn things. And they would probably side by side. I don't remember, but... And I asked him, I said, a cadaver bone? They ain't gonna turn me into a zombie, is it? He laughed at me, and I said, no, really, what's gonna happen with that bone? You know, well, your body's gonna adapt to it, blah, blah. I said, if that's the case, why don't it grow its own? You know? Because he said the calcium would build up around it and all this stuff. Then why the hell won't it build its own, you know? And what happens to that cadaver bone? Oh, well, your body, it will dissolve and your body will absorb it. You won't even know it. Well, hell, I hope I won't know it. Yeah, but it wasn't the insurance that would be making money. It would have cost them to go in a second time. And the doctors ain't the one that said no, it was insurance. Well, it ain't there no more, Cliff. They rot away and your body absorbs them. The coldest Providence, huh? Well, that ain't helpful. And I can't even pronounce that town. People say, where you staying at, Papa Joe? Over yonder? Just down the road a piece. And besides, I smoke like a freight train, dude. Grandma smokes too, not near as bad as me. She smokes about half as much as I do. Research, what's up? Oh, it ain't all bad. I did pretty good today. Beautiful weather. Light traffic for the most part. Got a little backup coming through Dallas. I know you'll find this hard to believe. There was an accident and everybody had to slow down to look at it. It was against the inside wall on a 4 or 5 lane road, and they had to close down over 2 lanes for it. I know that shocked everybody, didn't it? We really don't do it by timing, JJ. You might, but we don't. Ain't your funny farm? I don't know about that good cook thing. What were you doing? Flying in an airplane? Or a helicopter? Now, Grandma ain't never been out of the USA. Now I don't know if she can go to Canada or not. She's only been in trouble once. No, I don't know. Canada might turn her away. Australia might too. You better be careful with them tankers, research. Even the baffled tankers they'll get you. Take them ramps nice and mellow. I was going to the port when I was running the port years ago. We're going through a little town and there was a tanker beside me. The light turned red and that car in front of him just stood on it, which means he had to stand on it. All that liquid came forward and it was pushing him. And they don't know how close they came to getting hurt. He got it stopped, but he was calling them bad names over CB. Of course, they didn't have a CB. Oh, Lordy. I hope to sleep hard tonight. When I was hauling containers, they had little 20-foot pups that they would get. And they had two big bags, like a water balloon, in each of them 20-foot pups. And boy, nobody wanted to haul them damn things. I took them every time. But they really paid good being nobody wanted them. You only had to run them up, I don't know, 75 miles north of Atlanta. But them boys, they just couldn't figure out how to shift their gears. Oh, it'll tear your clutch up. How in the hell is it going to tear your clutch up? Oh, well, you just can't shift with that stuff doing this. Then don't get it doing this. How about nice and mellow? Float your gears out. Don't act like it's NASCAR. Keep a lot of distance so you ain't got to slam on your brakes and get it doing this. I don't know how many loads of that stuff I hauled. There was only a couple of us that would haul it. I'm in Stringtown. The fake ice road truckers, huh? Well, I'm sure I've been through your town, but I ran all over that. I'd run up there out of Montana. What is that, Sweetgrass? I'd run up through that way. I'd go there through Moose Jaw and uh, Saskatoon. I'd go there, and Calgary. Then there was another one a little bit north of Calgary. There was a boat dealer. I don't remember the name of the town. It was Dragon Lake or something like that. I forget. And we would go in loaded and come out empty. Josh, if I didn't say howdy, howdy. Well, that's how I was about hauling boats. I like hauling my boats. I wasn't debating. I was telling you how I was going to go. I went due north on 35 into Dallas and grabbed 75. And I'll run it on up here a little bit more and get on the turnpike. Run the turnpike over into Tulsa. About the only way to go. Yeah, it will drive it differently. Well, you have to drive it differently. Because your truck reacts a lot different with liquid. Mitch, tell me something you might know. Is the time zone in Alaska the same as down here? I know it was in Canada, where I'm on Central Time right now. That should be the same Central Time in Canada. Does those time zones carry on up to Alaska? Or how does that work up there? Do you have a clue? I think I'm going to take me some melatonin tonight. What up, Boston? Now, just cinch your saddle up real tight and hold on. You can get used to that new animal. Well, he told me he was on Central Time, so I didn't know if he was on the same as me. Right, Calgary is out there on our mountain zone, on our mountain time. I realize that. Montana's on mountain time. But I ain't sure where this old boy's at in Alaska. Damn, my nose is just driving me nuts tonight. You're the same as me, so it's 10:45 your time. Well, what part of Alaska? Alaska's pretty damn big. So where's it 746 at in Alaska? Alright, C Hill, I ain't far behind you. Fixing to take me a melatonin and see about going to bed. Matter of fact, ain't no need in talking about it. Oh, what a long day. Usually there's plenty of parking here. Them are filled up tonight. I carry some with me. Been a rough weekend. I need to get a good night's sleep. I don't have to get up at any particular time in the morning. I research. I'll be heading towards Houston tomorrow. Okay, who? I'm in Stringtown, Oklahoma. Fixing to be in bunk, Papa Joe's truck. Well, good deal, Cliff, on the Advil kicking in. Good night, buddy. All right, Mitch. Good night, brother. God bless. What up, J.A.? Are you new to the group? I don't recall seeing you before. Welcome to the live stream. Well, Paul had to go to the doctor today. He ain't doing good. He's a bit under the weather. All right, Holler. Have a good night, man. Be careful out there. Yeah, it's the same one, who? But that ain't what they're asking him to resign over. It drives me crazy when folks come in and don't even say howdy, though. And then ask a question like that. I feel like it's a trap and I ain't falling into it. And then didn't even reply to my questions about being new in here. Which leads me to wonder if it's a troll. JJ, watch them. Oh. Have you? Well, my apology then. I don't remember seeing you. But I have so many come and go, it's pitiful. A Muppet, huh? Well, that's what they said. My sometimers, I can't remember everybody that comes in. Ah, hell, who? You know we got a sense of humor. Well, most of us do. JJ don't. He ain't got no sense, much less of humor. Oh. Well, where you at, Austin? Sandra, what's up? Yeah, I started talking about going to bed and take my nighttime meds, and a bunch of people coming in. Oh, you back down at your sister's? Actually, if you was in Georgia, ain't that far north of you, there's in a town called Eatonton. E-A-T-T-O-N, I think. There might be another E or A in there. There's some mobile home manufacturers in there that are always looking for welders. Don't know what it pays. But up there in the middle of Georgia, I could find you a few places that would be hiring if you know how to weld. What happened with the trucking? It just didn't work out for you? Well, at least you got in. That's a good thing. That's right, Bobby. You'll never convince him of it. Oh, you're in Alabama? That's where home sweet home is, ain't it? Alabama? According to the song, it is. Sweet Home, Alabama. We got a little parade of chicken trucks going through here. All lit up and looking pretty. 3 of them in a row there. They must have been running together. Ah. Are you the one who lives down by Houston, Sandra? all them pretty trucks, and now there goes a little bitty old Freightliner. Down over by San Antonio, okay. I know, Bobby. We gotta get that boy off the drugs. Yep. Cluck, cluck, chicken truck. I know where Eagle Pass is. I've passed through it a few times. Well, because they're saying an average. An average got a top and a bottom. And when you got more rookies out here than anything that the companies are ripping off and paying them 25, 30, 35 cents a mile. I didn't know they was saying the average was down to 40. I find that hard to believe. Here goes them long stretched out chicken trucks back out the other way. They didn't spend no time over there. They must have looked for parking and missed it. Well, what kind of trucking are you doing, Sandra? I'm always looking for something in and out of the Houston area. Of course, I want to be home. It don't have to necessarily be weekend, but pretty damn close to it. Well, who you need to move to San Diego? Well, you can, JJ. 65 cents to 70 cents for a car hauler. That's very doable. Well, exactly, Mitch. I mean, I make a lot more than that now, but I was just talking to one of our other drivers, and the owner of this company is paying us the national average, more or less. And he could afford to pay more. But why should he? If we'll drive for this, no, it ain't. You don't realize how much work is in them parking lots, and that's what we call them, is a parking lot. Car haulers are parking lots. They work their butts off. And a lot of them, they have to go to car auctions to pick up their backhauls and stuff. And then they walk their butts off. Most car auctions don't have a golf cart to run you around on. So you got to walk around that whole auction place and find the cars and hopefully they will start. Drive them back down to your truck and park them by your truck, and then walk and find the other one. It's a lot. It can be a lot of work. And then depending upon what vehicles you have, sometimes you got to load and unload them 2 or 3 times to get them right to make them legal. So yeah, they work a lot. They earn their money, let's put it that way. And the hell of it is, we make that kind of money over here. For what they're grossing a year, we'll get real close to them, because you're doing all that walking and getting cars, you're not driving. Which is why they make more per mile. I've hauled vehicles on the flatbed, not a parking lot. I have no desire to do a parking lot. Kind of like a bull rack. I have no desire to do a bull rack. Those are not on my bucket list. Yeah, but you gotta be able to pull that 1800 in consecutively, consistently, all the time. I mean, hell, I've made 1800 in a dry box. If I wasn't staying local, regional, I could do it with this company. Oh, goodness. Well, folks, I'm fixing to bail on you and go to bed. Well, seasonal layoffs, big time, who? All right, folks, I'm going to get off here and go to bed. Appreciate you coming in. I did want to jump on and say howdy, so howdy. Now I'm going to jump off and say later, later. Y'all remember, good Lord loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a very good evening now.